Okay. Can we go to the next sutra now? Any other questions? So 6-3. Arurukshurmunir
Arurukshurmunir
Karma Karanamuchyate
Yogarudhastasyaiva
Shama Karanamuchyate. The first one is very important. Arurukshurmunir Yoga. For one who wants to attain yoga, you want to attain yoga, right? You want the mind to go in and just become silent. Yeah? So, this is for you. Arurukshurmunir Yogam is for the one who wants to attain yoga. Karma Karanamuchyate means action is the means or effort is the means. You understand means? The way, the methodology. The first thing you have to do, you have to make an effort, right? What is the effort that you have to make?
Not to be in the Dvandva.
Perfect. To be in the center. Requires a lot of effort. Yes? The weak one will run away. Oh, I can't make this effort. Too much. Only a very strong person who really wants to attain yoga can sustain himself in the center. Yes? So that is the action. Sustaining yourself in the center. Not moving towards raga, not moving towards dvesha. Not this side of the dvandva, not this side of the dvandva. Being in the center, choiceless, not choosing. Yeah? Not running after sukha, not running away from dukkha. Running away from dukkha is also choosing. Yeah? No choosing, being in the center, choiceless. That is the action for you. Yoga rudhasya tasyaiva. For that sage who has attained yoga. Okay. Anybody in the room can claim you've attained yoga? Mm-hmm. Yes?
Sometimes.
When you attain yoga, then what is advised?
Just
Shama. What is shama?
Forgiveness.
that's Kshama.
Oh, not that. Shama.
Shama is quiescence, being quiet, silencing the mind, just being in that silence. So there are 2 steps. The first step is to make that effort to be choiceless, to be in the center. When you are in the center, you have knocked on the door of yoga. Yeah. Once you are there, now just be silent. Now there is no need to do any action. Now any effort will only bring you down. Now you have to be silent. Got it? But till I reach that silence, I have to make an effort. I cannot say, oh, I won't make the effort of dropping both the choices. I will just sit silent. Will it work? That is where you make the mistake. Got it? Why is it when I sit and meditate, there are many thoughts? Because I jumped to the second step thinking silence is the way. No. I didn't even take the first step. The first step is to knock on the door of yoga. That first step is to not go to raga, not go to dvesha. That first step is to be choiceless, to be in the center. That requires effort. I have to make that effort. Without that, you will never experience a good meditation. Impossible. Are you getting this? Yeah. Those who complain, no, my meditation is not good. So many years I've been meditating. 2 years, 3 years, some say 15 years, 20 years. Why? Because you made that mistake of not taking the first step. That first step is to become choiceless, to be in the center, not towards raga, not towards dvesha. This continuous practice will lead you to the door of yoga where complete silence will happen, where the mind freezes. That freezing of the mind is required. When you're not giving it the choice of sukha or dukkha, carrot juice or watermelon juice, do this or do that. When it freezes, when you're quiet there, that silence you have to enter. That is the second step. Then be in the silence. Are you getting the technique of meditation? And now are you getting it why you could not meditate so long? Very beautiful these sutras are. This is one of the most beautiful chapters in Bhagawad Gita. Yeah. So learn to drop this choice, this dvandva in the mind. I like what she's saying. I don't like what she's saying. So much work. Dvandva in your mind right now about it. Yes? The mind says, no. It's not this complicated as she's saying. I have to just close my eyes and sit and meditate. Yeah? Again, observe the dvandva in the mind. Don't choose this, don't choose this. Be in the center, choiceless. That is the effort that is required. Yeah? When you don't choose, the mind doesn't go this way or that way. It gets frozen in the center. Yeah?
That's why before knowledge, meditation was not happening at all.
Yeah.
For all those years.
Yes.
Yeah, some people, it might
Yeah,
hit
you
them.
never know. Some people have their self-knowledge.
Yeah.
Some people already are doing knowledge somewhere else. Yeah, it's always there. Guruji is given the knowledge. How many of us possess also Ashtavakra DVDs, Patanjali DVDs, full library you have. But it looks very beautiful there. The entire library is enlightened. It's shining. Halo coming out. But you don't have the time to play it and watch it or understand it even. Yeah? Some of us take that effort also. We will watch it. But it doesn't go in.
We are lucky to have you.
Aww.
It is very challenging to understand Guruji's video without your videos. I vouch for that.
Start working on yourself. I also was at that stage, some time ago. Made an effort. How you made an effort in school? Remember your school days? Oh, I have to get this. How is it I'm not understanding this concept? Yeah. At least if you are a topper of the class type of person, you are like that. Yeah. How can I not understand this? Yeah, I have to get this. Yeah. So when you are like that, that thing is, it pushes you. Yes, I have to understand this. Then I have to understand the next sutra. I have to understand the next sutra. That's how I went on and on. Yeah. That's how I understood it. So what I can do, you can also do. It's not out of the world. Yeah. Just put in that effort. Give knowledge and spirituality higher priority than all other material things. Yeah. If you keep running after material things, dukkha is bound to come. You give spirituality first priority. I'm telling you that is the first way to cut off dukkha. All material things come to you. Then even if you don't want, people come and gift you things. Things just keep flowing in. Yeah. You don't even want to do a job, jobs come in. And such jobs where you don't even have to work.
Now we know. You were asking.
To drop that karma phala.
But when you are in that state of mind, when you have achieved that state, it doesn't matter. Whichever work you give it, you will take it.
Yeah,
so everything seems to be very rosy at that state of mind. It's not that it comes to you, even if you give to move a mountain, for you it seems very easy.
No, but even your current job, right? Once you start getting to understand this ragas and dveshas, this happens even at work. should I work on this? Should I work on that? Should I work on this? Should I work on this? But suddenly your productivity, if you start applying these principles to your work life, even the job which was harder a month ago will start becoming much easier.
Yes, yes. Even I started there, guys. I was not born like this. That is why I tell you, I'm telling you exactly what I have experienced. The notes that I sent to you after Ashtavakra were written by me 20 years ago. There was no book of Ashtavakra by Guruji. This was later transcribed by people like us only who actually sat and typed what he was talking. It's a transcription, it's not written by Guruji.
Yeah.
These books didn't exist. So somewhere I started, you can start, but till you don't start, you will not see the difference. You cannot stand at the bank and say, wow, the water is so cold, to jump in. Just have the courage to jump in. You cannot stand. How long will you stand at the bank? Very beautiful bank, beautiful trees, beautiful water, very cold water. Have to jump in. You make the effort. Yes, and that effort is working on the mind. Not this side, not this side. In the center. And when you give your mind highest priority, everything else in life will fall into place. Yeah. So, what is the first step? Be choiceless, in the center. Not choosing this, not choosing that. That is the effort. What is the second step?
Relax.
Be silent.
The moment you reach that door of yoga and your mind is frozen because of no choice, in that frozen mind, now just be silent. Now don't start talking to the mind. You will ruin it. You will now ruin the silence. Many people do this because they don't understand the technique of meditation. They manage to reach that silence and then they start talking to themselves. And then you are again starting that swing from right to left. Yeah. So both the steps are very important. First, make that effort of choicelessness. Second step, when you enter into that frozen mind, now be silent. And this is not just during meditation. You start this during meditation, but this should become the way you lead life. Walking, talking, being with people, choicelessness, in the center, in the center. And then you'll experience a quiet mind. Like right now you are watching me, you're listening to me, but your mind is also going on in the background a little bit. I don't have it. It does not exist for me. In these pauses when I'm not talking, there's complete silence. Yes, and that journey from there to here is very, very easy. Just requires that I have to do this. I have to get that. Are you ready to die for it? Then only it comes to you. Not otherwise.
That's so easy.
Lukewarm commitment nahi chalta hai. It needs that strong commitment. This is it, highest priority. There is nothing superior to this. Then only you will get it. Okay. Clear? This sutra is absolutely clear. First step, effort. What is the effort? Choice. Be in the center, choiceless. Not choosing this or choosing that. Second,
Go into silence.
after you reach that frozen state of mind, be silent. Now don't start talking to your mind. You talk to the mind. Have you realized that? Yeah? The mind says one thing. I give you an example. What Priya Ravi talking about me. I jump in, I start the conversation. What are they saying? Oh, they are saying this, then I'm saying this. And this chain I formed. This talking should be avoided. Got it? Just be in that silence. That being in the silence is very difficult for the mind. The mind is like always bubbling with restlessness. It wants to talk. It wants to talk. It's going to poke you to talk. You just be silent. It's a skill. beyond a point it cannot be described. Yeah, like I can't describe how I play the guitar. I just play the chords and scales. I'll tell you fingers are here. But it's on your practice how fast you move your fingers and that music comes out. So that skill you have to develop. I can't. I can just tell you here you have to place this finger, now this finger, now this finger, now this finger. Got it? Exactly like that. I can just tell you the steps that I have applied myself. But how, that skill of how to do it, that you have to figure out. Everybody's skill is different.
I have this relationship with Ekta for the past 3 years. Each time I'm here, I have to open my mouth. But like when 3 years ago, when I started with Bhagawad Gita, each time she used to say something, I had a comment about it. Yeah, this is what you're teaching is not right. And there was no filter. In this country, they talk about it. You got to have a filter. So the filter comes only with a skill. So right now, also my mind pokes me.
Say something.
You have to make joke of what she's saying, like there's poking all the time that goes on. I should say something, I should not say something, or I should say it this way. But I don't have that sankalpa. She talked about the first sankalpa, right? Okay, I picked up the bow, but I dropped it. But that comes only with firstly awareness and then knowing that okay, this is the poking that is happening. It doesn't work all the time, I'm still talking.
But you understood his point, no? Yeah, he's completely aware now. In the beginning, every 2 minutes he used to talk. Every 2 minutes he's talking.
Yeah.
If you listen to those videos,
Old videos,
it's
yeah.
more Mitesh talking and less Ekta talking.
That's why he's called Narada.
Yeah, but slowly his awareness has increased in these years. Now, how he increased that awareness, that is his skill. You get it? I can just tell you, be aware of what you're saying, what you're thinking, where your mind is going. But how to be aware, that is very personal. It's an internal thing. Got it? Anybody has any other example to share about skill?
Like when we learn cycling, they who is teaching, they can only tell you, okay, you have to balance it. But we are the one who is literally balancing it.
Exactly.
So it's not that they are balancing it for us.
Yeah.
It's our skill that we learn in that same way, like a learning car, whatever it is. I think our skill, we don't realize that we have skill and we are using it many times. We think that we don't have skill. Same way, I think.
So you cannot know your own skill. You can just know I have the skill or I don't have the skill. But you cannot describe it. You cannot know the skill. Are you getting this?
Yeah.
It's up to you to figure it out. How? Yeah. Just be aware. Just be aware. Constantly being aware is the key. Yeah. That will take you there. That will help you drop this dvandva between right and wrong, good and bad, yes and no, sukha, dukkha, pain, pleasure. Yeah, this dvandva will completely drop by your awareness. Got it?
Yeah.
Everybody, picture. All clear, Pooja? Next sutra, huh? We're going very slow. Six -4. यदा हिनेन्द्रियार्थेषु न कर्मस्वनुषज्जते सर्वसंकल्पसन्न्यासी योगारूढस्ततुच्यते Yada hi nendriyartheshu is when a man is not attached to objects of the senses. What are the objects of your senses? Whatever you see. Yeah? You see trees, you see flowers, plants, the house, you see people's cars, people's possessions. All this is object of sense of sight. What are the objects of sense of sound? Not just music.
Chirping.
Oh, praises.
Somebody's praise about me is my biggest sense object. Somebody's complaint about me. Yeah, somebody's talking about me. Sense of sound is very big. This is my object of sense of sound. She said this to me, he said this to me is sense of sound. What will she say? What will he say? He's not even said it. This is also a sense of sound object that I'm stuck on. Yeah. Third, sense of touch.
Now I've got used to sitting on a cushioned surface.
See, slowly you will recognize this. Now you want your Tempur-Pedic bed. You don't like to sleep on that regular bed. In India, what used to sleep on cotton mattress, I don't sleep on that. I want my Tempur-Pedic. Sense of touch. Yeah.
Cold showers.
Cold showers. How many of you really don't take cold showers? Put your hands up. Today you will go home and have a cold water shower. Completely cold. Ravi Priya, I am to going down in the basement and turning the hot water heater off.
I'm not coming tomorrow.
Cold water shower. Yeah? Get out of this slavery of sense of touch. It's okay. I'm not going to die with cold water. Yeah, this skin, bones, flesh is nothing but earth element. This earth element actually thirsts for water element in its natural state. To water, you add fire and make it hot. Earth does not like fire. Earth wants water. That is why cold water shower. Homework number 3.
Give it all the time.
This is a great homework.
Give it, we'll do it one day, 2 days, and after that it goes back to.
Lukewarm water.
No.
If you have to ask, it's a
can we
no.
start with lukewarm and turn to cold?
Okay, yes. You can start with lukewarm, then turn to cold. Slowly. But when it goes to absolute cold, don't jump out of the shower. Stay there.
Even thinking gives me
Only if we take shower, right?
Please don't come here without taking a shower.
That is the fourth sense
Did you hear
object. That's the fourth sense object. Sense of smell.
One day you're going to come back after school.
This homework is not just for today. This is for every day.
Yeah, sometimes I don't know, like when I'm joking, sometimes saying something negative and joking and like that, I get a pinch like don't say that.
Yes,
I don't
from
know, like,
inside you will
yeah.
feel very dirty.
Yeah, don't say
You
that.
dirty the environment just by saying something negative, even jokingly.
True.
When you say something, you're sending a message out to the universe. It'll come back to you. Never. Especially now that you're on the power of, you gain a power on this path, on the path of spirituality. So never say anything negative. Never say anything, even jokingly. Yeah? You get a lot of strength, lot of power from meditation, from Kriya. Things start happening. Yeah? So never say, especially about your own health. Never. Yeah? People use abuse words for fun.
Mhm. Yeah.
Stop doing that. It's not good for you.
No, I didn't course.
You think it's all cool? Yeah, it's not cool. It's really uncool. Yeah, you're creating karma seeds. Yeah. When you're young, you're immature, you didn't know, it's okay. But now that you know you're on the path of spirituality, every single word you utter is a seed. That seed will sprout. Be very careful of what you say all the time. All the time. Sometimes anything you say can become a blessing or a curse also. So never do that. Become extremely powerful on this path. So don't do that. It's okay, you till now you did not know, so you don't have to bash yourself up for saying all that you were saying. But don't continue this further.
Maybe so when we actually there's a tendency of having the dvesha. Like, okay, the other person should not say that. Why is he telling her he or she should not do that? So at that time, how do we bring our mind? I mean, what should we actually do? Should we again do that, like, come to the center? Or how exactly?
Absolutely. Again and again come to the center. Very important, because obviously dvesha is one way, no? Yeah. Again and again bring your mind to the center. No tilting this side, no tilting that side. Back to the center, back to the center. Again and again and again you have to make that effort. Without you making that effort, it's not going to happen. Yeah? Just by listening to one Bhagavad Gita, is it going to start happening on its own? Ask him 3 years. Continuous sessions. Week after week. Every week for 3 years he's been online. Yeah? So you have to make an effort. Till you don't make an effort, it's not happening. Yeah? That is why cold water showers. Yes?
Yes.
Everybody yes?
Yes.
Hina ji? Yes? Good.
Oh my God.
Okay. Yeah? So you understood Indriya Artheshu? That is the objects of the 5 senses. I've become a slave to them. Let me become the master. Yeah? So, when a man is not attached to the object of senses, na karma swanu shajjate, nor is he attached to actions. Whatever you do, you get attached to it. You take care of your family, you get attached. You do your job, you get attached to your job. Any little thing you do, you get attached to it. Attached means what? I'm looking for a result from it. Drop that looking for result. Drop that karma bhalam. Just do the action. Yes, I am a husband, a wife, a parent, a child. I just fulfill my role without an expectation that I will get this out of that role or that out of that role. Not even expecting a thank you. Yeah. Do this little experiment. You actually, at a subtle level, have a lot of expectations. For example, if you hold the door for somebody, at a subtle level, you have an expectation that the person should say thank you. Yeah? You don't realize that the person says thank you, you say okay and you move on. But if the person does not say thank you, then see how it comes up, that ego. She didn't say thank you? What a person! How can you do that? Have you noticed?
Yes.
Yeah. See, at a very subtle level, we have trained the unconscious level of the mind, to expect. You have to recognize that. Where you have trained your mind to expect from husband, wife, from girlfriend, boyfriend, child, mother, father, there's a subtle level of expectation, an undercurrent of expectation in every conversation with him or her, in every action with him or her. Recognize that expectation that you have and drop, let it go. Yes, just do your action pure, whatever action is.
Then we have expectation from unknown people also. Like we expect somebody when you're walking to hold the door and somebody else coming behind.
Yeah. And if somebody doesn't hold the door,
Yeah, then
you on board. Yeah, your mind wants to say something nasty. Yeah, recognize this. Homework number, I'm forgetting the number now.
4.
Recognize the subtle, undercurrent of expectation that you have with every relationship.
Can you repeat again?
Recognize the subtle undercurrent of expectation that you have in every relationship.
So then you just become aware and you drop it.
Just become aware. Just become aware. Again and again become aware. The moment you become aware, automatically it will drop because you have understood this. Yeah? You will see, oh, this is just karma phalam. I'm running after karma phalam and it will only bring me disappointment. It will only bring suffering to me. Yeah? When it's not fulfilled, I go on and on in my mind. I'm suffering. That person didn't say thank you, went his way. But I go on and on and on and on. This going on and on is called feverishness. This throws seeds of agami karma. You see, one day that will sprout. That person has gone his merry way. That person is not even aware. But I have created a whole cycle for myself. This understanding has to be very important, like established in you. You can't listen to it and understand it, but then forget it when you go back home. You have to be established in the understanding of how karma works. Watch that video day and night if it helps. Yeah? You have to get established in this understanding. This is the way karma works, and whatever I say or my ego says cannot change it. The karma will come back to me, and every feverishness about the karma phalam will bring suffering only to me, not to that other person from whom I am expecting something. Once you are established in this, you will not make a mistake. Like, do you put your hand into the fire? No, na? Why? Because this understanding is established. Fire will burn this finger. Earth element burns in fire. Understood. It's established like that. This karma principle has to be established in you.
So isn't there a difference between desire and intention?
Yes,
So that
absolutely. Desire is just that first thought that comes lurking in. There are three types of desires. One is my own desire because of my conditioning. I grew up in a certain way, in a certain place. Certain type of desire because of that could come up. Own desire. Second is another person's desire. Ghazal tells me, do this. Another person's desire. Yeah. Third type of desire is kind of because of societal pressure. The way everybody is. Oh, everybody is running the rat race behind money. I have to also run. I don't see the logic, but I'm running. I never stop to see, why am I doing this? This is not me. This didn't come to me. Oh, he's running, she's running, let me run. This is called because of societal pressure. Three types of desire. Recognize this. This desire is just that first thought that comes. This desire is just like a cloud in the beginning. It can come, it can pass away. If you are smart enough, you are aware enough, you can let it pass away. Second problem is the intention. Where you hold on to a thought. Doesn't matter my desire or Ghazal's desire or whole society's desire. I held on to it. Now I want it. This is intention. Sankalpa. You getting it? Now that cloud has become water. And the moment I leave my arrow out of the bow, yeah, that sankalpa has become my conditioning. Because it has become my karma, my action. Got it? Very beautiful question.
I saw a video online on Baba and he talks about intention and manifestation and all that. That's why I asked you. It was something that was very profound.
Yeah, so this Because I have this intention, it will manifest. No, it's the law of attraction. Yes, whatever I put my energy into, that will manifest. Doesn't matter whether it is positive or negative. I have a negative intention. I don't want to get fired. You will say, oh, this is a positive intention. It is a negative intention. I'm saying I do not want to get fired. Universe does not understand my English. I want to or I don't want to. What does universe see? Me and that situation of getting fired. Universe does not understand English, German, Italian, Hebrew, Chinese, Japanese. No. Universe just experiences this energy between me and the situation of getting fired. I get fired. Why? My intention has manifested because I put energy into it. You seeing this? I just gave you this example because most of us do that. Yeah, we go into negativity. Similarly, if you keep a positive intention, come what may, I am going to work on my mind. Yeah, you will rise really high.
There's a difference between intention and thoughts. Sometimes you get some vague thoughts in your mind,
Correct.
but there is no intention, nothing behind it, no emotions attached to it. So that's completely
Yeah,
different, right?
Absolutely different. First is ichha or desire. Second is sankalpa or intention. And when that sankalpa is left, it's gone out, it becomes your conditioning. Yeah. Why conditioning? Anything I do, I say sits in my memory. Yes. You have not forgotten a single thing you have said or done. Really. Even if your ego tends to cover up a bad thing from the past that you did, somewhere it is there still. Yeah, under the carpet. You never forget anything. It is a part of your conditioning. Yeah. Good or bad. I'm not saying just bad. Even good. Yeah. That will one day kick in because that has become your pattern. Patterns are nothing but repetition of my conditioning. Yeah. So recognize if you have a particular conditioning and if it is negative. Yeah. It is like ice. You have to start the reverse process. You have to melt that ice and let it become water vapor and go away.
So can I think positive? Like I know we have to think positive. Like you're saying, I do not want fire. I do not want fire. It's negative. I mean, it's becoming negative for the universe. But can I think, okay, if I want desperately, I want something. Okay, I want happiness. I want happiness. Does the universe understand that? Or
Yes, happiness will come, but the tail of happiness is sadness, sorrow. It will come. That is why Lord Krishna is saying, drop the dvandva. Both you drop. It's no use. You choose this, this will come. You choose this, this will come. They are married, happily married couple, remember? Cannot be divorced. They are very happily married. So you cannot have one or the other. You drop. Choicelessness is freedom. Clear? Again and again your mind forgets this, huh?
Because you've been conditioned to think that choices is freedom. It's completely opposite being
It's exactly opposite. Exactly opposite of what we've been doing.
Yesterday, that's what we were saying, right? How do you find freedom from Dvandva? Make a decision! Make a decision!
So, we'll never finish the sutras like this. The next line, Sarva Sankalpa Sannyasi. Sarva Sankalpa, all these Sankalpas. I explained Sankalpa to you. Yeah, when it goes one notch above desire with the will, yeah, to complete it, it becomes a Sankalpa. Yeah, Sarva Sankalpa Sannyasi is one who has renounced all these Sankalpas. Yoga Rudhasya Duchyate. He is called, or he is said to have attained yoga. You drop all sankalpas, he's saying, whether positive or negative. Yeah? Drop all of them, all intentions. It's okay, on the path, those who are new, beginners, we tell them, okay, keep an intention. Yeah, it's okay. At least move away from the negativity, you'll move towards positivity. But dukkha is going to come with that. Slowly, slowly, as you mature, you drop both sankalpas, positive or negative. Drop this sankalpa only. Just be. Just be. Yeah, this is the highest. Yeah, no, I cannot take a beginner on the path directly to the highest. No. So slowly, slowly, we give them steps. So first we say, have an intention. Your intention will manifest. Yeah, and then once you're come to that maturity, then drop both. Okay. 6-5. Uddharedatma atmanam
Uddharedatmānam
natmanam vasadayet
Natmanam vasadayet
atmaiva hyatmano bandhur
Atmaiva yatmano bandhur
atmairipur atmanaha.
Atmaivipuratmanaha
Uddher. Uddher atmana is to lift yourself up. Lift yourself up from where to where? From this negative mind, from all these dvandvas, from all these problems to a very peaceful and a quiet mind. So one who lifts himself, or let a man lift himself up. With the help of what? With the help of Atma only. The Atma only helps you to come up. Because there is no other. Yeah, very beautifully described this is. Yeah? You have a mind which goes on chatter, 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 and you have the soul, the Purusha. Yes? This Purusha, when it becomes one with the mind, it identifies with the mind, the chatter, chatter goes on, and you are lost in the Dvandva. The moment this self recognizes, oh, I am just going along with the mind, that's why I'm lost in the Dvandva, the soul lifts itself up by itself. There is no external power. Got it? So the first line is, let the self lift himself up. Natmanam vasadayet. Let him not lower himself. Atmaiva hyatmano bandhur. For self alone is the friend of oneself. Or you can say your mind is only your own friend. And second is Atmaiva ripur atmanam. And the mind alone is the enemy.
Atmaiva
For the self or the mind alone is the friend of yourself. So the mind can be your friend and the mind can be your enemy. That is what it's saying. And let the self recognize this and lift himself up. Yeah, when I let the mind go on and on and on in dvandvas, yes, that is the time it is my enemy. That is what creates feverishness in me. That is what creates the chit-chat, chit-chat. I can never experience peace if I let this dvandva go on. Yeah? When I stop in the middle, choicelessness, then I experience that silence. Then only is the mind my friend, because now the mind has also frozen in the center. Got it? So mind is my enemy when it is right or left, and mind is my friend when it is in the center. Okay. And then a few sutras are there on samatvam. Yeah, basically, who is equanimous? Somebody who is equanimous in hot and cold, pain and pleasure. Those few sutras not put because it will be too many. But being equanimous in every situation. Yeah, not tilting to I like hot or I hate hot. Yeah, or I like cold or I hate cold water. You're going to have a cold water shower, huh? See, immediately the mind will say, oh no, I hate cold water, I hate cold water. Yeah, observe that, not going this way, not going that way, being in the center. So what? Cold water is not going to kill me. Then immediately the mind will stop fussing. Yeah, so there are some sutras on that. Yeah, yogi is the one who's peaceful in both hot and cold, in pain and pleasure, in honor and disgrace. Somebody says something to you, what happens? Yeah, you start boiling inside. Oh, she said this to me, she said this to me, she said this to me. Continuously, same record is playing inside your head. You can't even sleep. Full night you're thinking about her only. She said this to me or he said this to me. Yeah, what is this? Somebody's little criticisms, few words, your mind is gone this way. Yeah. So he says, yogi is the one who is established, doesn't get affected by praise or blame. Somebody praises you, what happens? Ego becomes inflated, big. I am so good. Annapurna, you don't know how good I am. Yeah. Full big balloon. Yeah. No. A yogi is not like that. He does not get totally inflated like that. And neither does he go down in the dumps if somebody criticizes. He is equanimous. Not just externally. Internally, huh? You can put up a nice show outside. Oh, I'm very equanimous. I'm a very nice person. Inside either I'm boiling with hatred or jealousy. No use. All fake. What is it for? People outside will forget in 10 minutes and go their way. You have fooled yourself. One more seed of karma. It will come back to you. You're getting this? So it's not about being original or yourself for others. It is for your own self. Stop being fake. If you have this big pretense, you're different at home and different here with people, recognize it and unmask yourself completely. Be yourself, doesn't matter. Let him think what he wants. Let her think what she wants. What is. And then if it is wrong, then I correct it. But I will not be fake. Can you do that? Homework number whatever. Yeah, 5. Okay. Drop pretenses. Drop being fake. Homework number 5.
If I take one homework and just stick on to that, I mean, like I'm getting 7, 8 homeworks. I mean, in Ashtavakra also we've been getting homeworks after. And then at one point I thought like, okay, I'll stop everything of this homework. I'll take only one homework for 1 year. And then I'll work on that.
Do that. That will also work.
But do that every day.
That is what I'm saying. That is what I'm thinking. Like all this spiritual, all these things, I mean, finally it is getting back to the basics.
Absolutely.
And then I mean, like, well, whatever we studied in part 1, okay, take one point. I want to live that one point for 1 year or 2 years.
Make that sankalpa. At least this is where I'm telling you to make sankalpa now. Make a sankalpa and stick to it. After some time you will go to the vikalpa. It's natural. It's going to happen. Mind is going to get bored. Oh no, every day cold water shower. What is this? It's been 6 months. It's been 1 year. Stop this. Yeah, the mind will go to the opposite end. The vikalpa will come up. You have to be very strong. Yeah, one day it will become your nature only to have cold water shower. I was just telling him, last week I went to a camp where there was no option of cold water shower. There was just hot water shower. So then I went and I asked the management, is it possible to turn it to cold? She says, can I take a picture with you? You're the only person in my life who has asked for cold water shower. It becomes your nature. Even I had warm water showers as a little kid when I was growing up. Yeah. Then I changed myself. And now that's my nature. Now, hot is not something, which is fun. Are you seeing what I'm saying? It becomes your nature. So many lifetimes you've made a very good attempt, really strong attempt, good practice of getting angry, of being negative, of being jealous, of hating people. Now, fantastic practice. Your practice is so strong, you become an expert in it. Now that expert has to unlearn all that, no? It's going to take some time. Are you getting what I'm saying? You have to de-expertise yourself out of hatred, out of jealousy, out of anger, out of negativity. So you have to really work harder. How hard you work to become like that? To become an angry person. Yeah? You have to work twice as hard. Are you getting this? That is why I say, are you ready to die for this? Then only it will come to you.
So I have one question. So learning all this knowledge after we die, so when we come back again, do we start over again or will we start from like
How sweet! That is the last question that Arjuna asks Krishna in this chapter. So we'll come to that.
I hope not from scratch.
But that's also in the karma video.
It will be easy for you. It's like a revision, you know. Don't study the chapter, now you're related for the exam.
I feel like this knowledge maybe like it was available in my like our other lifetime too, but why we were so away from
So many people out there, you tell them, come to Art of Living, come to Art of Living, come to this knowledge. Or don't do Art of Living, go to any knowledge, just go to knowledge.
Yeah.
They will not do.
Yeah. So we were like that in our other lifetime.
That's where you are.
So my behavior, my thinking, like everyone's got different behavior and different thinking. So that is mainly because of Sanchita karma.
It's because of the conditioning. And that conditioning sat and became my Sanchita karma. Got it? So conditioning means in whatever environment I am and whatever environment I encourage. If in my house I encourage a tamasic environment, my conditioning will become tamasic. If in my house I encourage a sattvic environment, everything will become sattvic, my conditioning will become sattvic. Getting it? And then that's what you give to your kids and then their kids. That's how it goes down.
So the thought of encouraging is again from the previous karma. So
Yeah.
The thought of becoming good.
Yes, absolutely.
I had one question on the hot water, cold water. But going for cold water, doesn't it become the raga then?
No.
Cold water raga?
It's okay if she had not turned it to cold water last week when I requested her, I would have been fine. I was ready to go in.
Why cold water? Why not hot water?
Because I explained, no, your earth element. Earth wants water. Natural, no?
So we should be probably neutral to either cold or either warm.
Absolutely.
We should not say only cold or only hot.
Now I'm saying only cold because you are so averse to cold. Overcome that aversion.
You're trying in all possible ways.
Yeah. I'm an expert at this. Many people have tried. Doesn't work.
That also there is an
I think
answer.
she needs a special class as well. She's thinking about it.
Ask us. All these questions have come up before. Ask.
Well, what is the problem with room temperature water?
Who will decide room temperature? Who decides room temperature? No, that's what your body, your mind decides. No, warm water is room temperature for me.
No, room temperature water is which does not produce any sensation of heat or coolness.
Cheek. Now the intellect comes. Cheek.
So in every apartment building anyway, the cold water temperature also varies because it depends on whether they place the tank on top or if they place it in the basement.
Yeah.
So I think the idea is basically turn it all the way to cold. Just try that. Whether it's room temperature
Basically, you should not have an aversion to anything. Everything is fine. Choicelessness is freedom.
Overcoming your inhibitions.
Yes. Being okay with what is. Got it? So difficult. No, you must take a cold water shower today.
She cannot sleep tonight. If you like, how are we going to take cold water?
I've been trying since 6 months now.
We are taking full bath.
I'm trying to.
Try.
That is not right towards.
No problem.
In one of the videos, Dinesh at the Bangalore ashram, he said that if you can't take cold water shower, take warm water shower, then at the end take a cold water bath. So that's what I do.
Actually, not that way.
At the end.
No, but in fact it becomes more difficult when you take hot and then you try to do cold.
Yeah, your body had to adjust.
Yeah,
Then I feel
because
like, okay, I have enjoyed so much, let me have a little
Let's say they depend after you do something.
Enjoy both. Yeah? Never say no to anything. That is a yogi. Who never says no only. Okay. Whatever is okay. You want this? Okay. You want that? Okay.
Hostel is used to do it.